a stoop talk with Alessandra Bradley Burns. So how did we get here?
You mean 3 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, July 15th?
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, we're here because I think it highlights the crux of my work. Even though I've been working in innovation for quite a while and developing this work and this business idea for quite a while, I just heard about this Ideo opportunity yesterday. So I've only had 24 hours to develop it. And I think this is pretty typical of what happens with non-traditional communities. Folks who work in innovation often don't think about accessing the brain trust within non-traditional communities. We're starting to get programs that at least bring innovation to non-traditional communities, but actually inspiring and taking advantage of the resources in those communities when it relates to innovation is not happening almost at all.
So now we're here. Tell me about your innovation perspective.
In the past few years that I've worked in innovation, my perspective has been unexpected innovation. Places where we don't think we'll find innovation, but we're finding it. And of course, what I've realized is that much of that innovation is happening in non-traditional communities. So an example would be, I recently got back from a trip to Cuba. And there was a time in Cuba where there were very little dollars were coming into the country. And it was termed the special period. During that special period, what you saw was tremendous innovation that was generated by rural, poor communities, but much of that innovation was ignored. It hasn't really been studied or even written about because it's not where we expect innovation. Another example would be, I work with a group called the FOSS Collaborative in Chicago, and they are innovating in areas of faith development. At 2 recent meetings, one at the Aspen Institute and the other at the White House Innovation Group, when I brought up this concept of innovation and faith development, I got very strange looks, as if somehow that's not where we expect innovation, so we shouldn't talk about it, think about it, or work on it.
So why should Ideo Startup pick this work?
Ideo Startup should pick this work because there's tremendous value in innovation and folks who are working in innovation being able to access non-traditional communities and what those communities have to offer in terms of further developing ideas, products, and concepts that are innovative. As well, non-traditional communities, and when I say that, I mean the elderly, Native American, institutionalized communities, communities of color, just to name a few, need to continue to have access to innovation, because what we're seeing is this tremendous gap that is growing between those communities where creativity is honored and taught and encouraged, and those communities where it's not. And what I fear is that we're moving in a direction as these non-traditional communities become the new majority, where they won't even be able to leverage or access the new technologies that are developing.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank